Hi there, Kathy McTighe here with the Happiness Engineer team at Flocknote. Let's say that your church is preparing for Vacation Bible School. I'd love to show you some of the fun ways that you can use the boards feature to get organized. So I've gone ahead and created some groups here. One group that I'm just calling VBS, and then some subgroups underneath for each of the age levels I'll be dividing the kiddos into for this VBS week. I made these groups here hidden. That's because I just plan on using these particular lists internally, but this group I've left as an open group. That way I can set up a text to join keyword or share the unique URL for this group, or even send out a smart button in notes coming from our church, inviting parents to sign up for this group if they're interested in registering their son or daughter for Vacation Bible School. That way I'll have a list here over on my People tab of all of the parents who have signed up, indicating that they're interested. But here is where the real fun begins. We're going to use the boards feature here at the top to create a new board, and we'll call it registrations. Now I'm going to use this board to collect information from parents as they turn in their permission slips. And you'll see that when I create this board, we automatically have listed here all of the members who are part of this group. And any members who join this group later on are going to automatically be added here as well. When we create a new board, we're given these three column types to start: a checklist column, a text column, and a number column. If you get started and you realize you're not going to use a particular one of these columns, you can easily delete them just by clicking here at the top and clicking delete column. Now I am going to use this checklist column here, so let's double click at the top to rename it, and I'm going to call it permission slip. Then I'm going to use the plus button on the right to add another checklist column that I'll use to track our payments. And I can keep clicking here to the right to add columns. Now you'll see we have three different column types here. And whenever I click on the plus button, I'll get the option to choose which column I want to add. This time I'm going to choose a number column, and I'm going to use this column to track the total number of children that we have in each of these families registering. And then for this example, I'll keep adding some columns here to the right for each of our age groups. This way, when parents sign up, we can track who has turned in their permission slips, who's turned in their payments, how many total children they're signing up, and maybe which age groups those children fall under. Now you'll see one of the cool things here is that since these are number columns, at the bottom of our column, we'll get this handy running total of how many are in each of those columns. I went ahead and set up a sample board here for us, so you can see what this would look like when we have a little bit more information filled out. For example, in our total children column, we can look down here and see, hey, I've got 24 kids signed up for VBS so far. That's an awesome start. Got 7 in my 5 and 6-year-olds. I've got 5 in my 7 and 8-year-olds, so on and so forth. Now let's talk about some of the handiest features. I know there's going to be times where you're going to want a quick glance at who has and who hasn't turned in their permission slips. So here at this top of our column, we'll click this arrows icon here to sort by the data in this column. So we get this quick glance view here. But what if I want to send out a communication to these parents here, the ones who've signed up for this group? So they've indicated that they're interested in VBS, but we haven't received a permission slip from them yet. At the top of our column here, we can use this icon on the right, and we're going to filter for anyone who does not have a check in the permission slip column. Now, this is one of my favorites. At the bottom here, we can click on our actions button, and we can send an email just to these parents who haven't turned in their permission slip. Maybe I want to just send out our permission form to them again, or give them a little bit more information about the upcoming deadline. Okay, let's clear this out of the way, and I want to show you how we can filter for more than one thing at the same time. So let's use this add a filter button that's down here at the bottom. And this time we're going to filter for anyone who has turned in their permission slip, but they haven't turned in their payment. So permission slip is checked, payment is not checked. And maybe I want to just shoot a text to these members, reminding them to send that payment in. Okay, when I'm ready to do a little bit more planning, maybe we're getting closer to the start of VBS, I'm going to use this board to create my age level groups. As an example, we can click on our 5 and 6-year-olds column here and filter for parents who have signed up a 5 and 6-year-old. Then at the bottom here, we'll use our actions button to add these members to another group. I'll just select my 5 and 6-year-olds group and hit OK. And that's going to add those 5 parents to this subgroup that I created, 5 and 6-year-olds. Let's check out our 9 to 10-year-olds group so we can pop over here to the sample board and see how information from your permission slip can be entered here to track things like allergies, special needs, whatever it is that you're keeping track of for the kids in your VBS program. Now, I'm excited to share this helpful tip with you. What I've done here is added a column at the start of my board for the child's name. This way, I can just add the parent members of our network with all of their contact information into this group, while still tracking the names of the individual children. To share this information with the other members of my team, maybe the leaders who are going to be helping the 9 to 10-year-olds, I could add them as group admins to this specific group, which would give them access to all of the data on the boards within this group. Or I could export this data to an Excel sheet. All I would need to do for that is click on the settings icon here, then the board settings, and then choose Export Data. Let me share one more fun tip with you. You might want to create some printouts of the kids who have allergies in each group. We can do that quickly just by coming to the top of our allergies column, using our filter feature to find just the people on this list who have allergies, and then with our bulk action button here at the bottom, we can export a spreadsheet of only those members who are showing up in this filter. All right, well, those are all my tips and tricks for how to use boards to get your VBS planning started. I hope that this was helpful, and if you have any questions at all, we are here for you. You can reach our team of happiness engineers at help@flocknote.com. God bless.